Hello, everyone, and welcome. We keep our money in banks, FDs, mutual funds, or stocks. What is the reason behind doing this? The only reason is that we want to earn some healthy interest out of it, right? Then why do we keep our cryptocurrencies in an ideal format in our cryptocurrency wallets like WazirX, CoinDCX, ZepPay, or any other? Why do we do that? Why not put our cryptocurrencies to work as well and earn a healthy return of more than 10% out of our cryptocurrency investments? In this episode, we're going to talk about how to do that, which are the leading cryptocurrency lending platforms, what differentiates them from the scamsters. We're going to have a look at all these things. So if you're new on this channel, make sure that you subscribe and enable the bell icon, because we upload a new video on this channel every Wednesday and Saturday. So let's start. There are two reasons why one should go for crypto lending. That is, one should lend his crypto investments to a new third-party platform, which will in turn give him a good healthy interest out of it. This is called as crypto lending, and there are various crypto lending platforms available in the market as well. So there are two reasons why you should do it. The first one is that you get a healthy return of more than 10% on your investments, and the second reason is that you get a good exposure to the cryptocurrency market as well. Because when you lend your cryptocurrencies to a crypto lending platform, the cryptocurrencies will grow in value as the value of the cryptocurrency increases, right? And you can anytime redeem your cryptocurrencies and take it back from the crypto lending platform. So you also get an interest. At the same time, if you want to redeem your cryptocurrencies, you can do it anytime. So this is the dual advantage which is in place for you if you decide to lend your cryptocurrencies. Now, there are two kinds of crypto lending platforms. The first one is DeFi, that is decentralized finance. We have made a video on DeFi. I'll put the link in the description. You can have a look at that as well. So decentralized finance, as the name says itself, it is a decentralized platform, right? But if you are comparing it to a bank or to the stock market or to a mutual fund or to a FD or something like that, then all these entities are centralized entities. A bank is a centralized entity. A stock market is a centralized entity, right? So we want somebody like a bank or a stock market to which we can lend our cryptocurrencies and earn a good interest out of it, right? So we want someone who is a centralized medium or a centralized authority. And there comes these two crypto lending platforms, which are BlockFi and Celsius. These are the two cryptocurrency lending platforms which top the list. And there are various scamsters as well in this field. We are going to look at how to differentiate the scamsters with the good boys. All right. So now talking about the scamsters, there was a platform named BitConnect, which ended in a really disastrous scam. So what exactly happened and what was their principle of working? BitConnect said that they have a robot or a algorithmic bot which is doing trading for them, which is taking trading decisions for them, and which will never go wrong. But this was really a fake idea which was promoted to all its investors. In fact, they were relying on the inflows to give the outflows to the customers. So they were relying on the inflows, the money that was coming into them, and out of the money that was coming in, they were managing the outflows, they were managing the interest. And there was a time, obviously, when the outflows became more than the inflows, and that is when the problem started, and it all ended in a scam in the end. But now we talked about BlockFi and Celsius. How are BlockFi and Celsius different to such platforms? BlockFi and Celsius work on the principle of security lending. Security lending is a way of making use of the ideal money, be it in the form of stocks, mutual funds, or any other liquid asset, and making short-term loans out of it and giving them to the people who are borrowing and earning an interest out of it. And meanwhile, just increasing the return to the investor in an incremental manner. This is how security lending works. It is a very legitimate process, and it is also called as rehypothecation. This is the principle of security lending, which is running the big stock market broker like Robinhood as well. We think that Robinhood is a free trading platform, but in fact, it is not. They are using the principle of security lending. That is, they are making use of the liquid assets which they have, the investors' money which they have in the form of stocks, mutual funds, and all of that, and they are making short-term loans out of it, and they are giving to the person who is borrowing and earning interest out of it. Right, so these are very short-term loans which are used to earn some good profit. So this is how Robinhood functions. All right, and we always thought that it is all for free when you are making an account with Robinhood, but that's not the case. The same principle of security lending which Robinhood has been following has been brought into cryptocurrency by BlockFi and Celsius. Now, the most important thing, how much is the percentage yield or the interest percentage when you are lending to BlockFi and Celsius? Let's talk about BlockFi to begin with. So there is a term called as APY, which is the annual percentage yield. So you can just assume it to be the compound interest that we get on our savings accounts or on our FDs or mutual funds. So similarly, in the world of cryptocurrency, it's called as APY. All right. So BlockFi, if you lend 0 to 0.25 Bitcoin to this platform of BlockFi, you get a APY, that is the annual percentage yield of 4%. But if you decide to lend more, then the APY comes down. So if you decide to lend between 0.25 Bitcoin to 5 Bitcoin, your interest comes down to 1.5%. And if you decide to lend more than 5 Bitcoin, then you get interest of 0.25% only. In the case of Ethereum, if you're deciding to lend 0 to 5 Ethereum, any figure between that, you get a APY of 4% again. But in the case of Celsius, the APY increases just a bit. If you decide to lend around 1 Bitcoin to this platform of Celsius, you get a APY of 6.5%. And if you decide to lend up to 100 Ethereum, you get a APY of around 5.5%. Now, there is also a provision in Celsius that if you want your interest in the form of CEL, the CEL token, that is the in-house tokenization of Celsius, then you get an additional 1 to 2% more because they are paying you in their own native cryptocurrency, that is CEL, right? If you decide to go for any other cryptocurrencies apart from Ethereum and Bitcoin, just for example, Litecoin, you can earn more than 10% interest. Also for Polkadot and various other cryptocurrencies are available on their platform. You can go on the websites of Celsius and BlockFi and decide for yourself how much you want to invest. I mean, how much you want to lend to those platforms and what is the return. So this is how you can make sure that your funds are not idle. We talk about fiat currency. We always say that you must not keep your funds idle in your bank accounts. You must channelize them somewhere in mutual funds or stock market, or in fact a FD as well, right? Or a RD or something like that. Similarly, you should also channelize your cryptocurrencies to a crypto lending platform so that you can earn a good interest out of it. But at the same time, you must make sure that you are relying on a good person to do this. And BlockFi and Celsius are these two crypto lending platforms which top the list and leave aside the scamsters behind. So there are a few scamsters as well. You must very diligently make sure that you're making the right choice. So this is all in this episode, friends. If you found value out of it, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, comment, follow, and show your love in whichever way you feel comfortable with, and be a part of this family. Also refer our other podcast and YouTube channel, the one in Hindi, where we discuss more about stocks, and our English and Hindi podcasts, which are doing really well as well. All the links are given in the description. Thank you very much for listening till the very, very end, and I'll be seeing you again. Thank you.